Hey, if you've ever found yourself asking questions like, why does this always happen to me? Or why is this happening now? This video is for you. On this video, I'm going to give you a framework for asking bigger questions. Questions that take you on an upward spiral instead of ones that are almost always and certainly taking you into the negative. Stay tuned. In a previous video, I shared Tenet 3 in the Build a Bigger Life Manifesto. That is, holding a bigger vision. The whole idea is that when you 10x the idea of where you currently are, it forces your mind to answer more complex questions. So to add fuel to that fire, we are going to ask bigger questions to help achieve that bigger vision. The example I gave previously of questions that are being asked, like, why can't things go right for once? Or why does this always happen to me? These are common, but the answers are generally done out of frustration, not to solve the problem. The challenge is that when these questions are asked out of frustration or anger, really we're not looking for any answers per se, but those questions start spinning around in our subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind has two jobs. Number one, to preserve the mind and body. And number two, to answer complex questions efficiently. So you put a couple of negative questions in there, it'll start rolling around and it will find answers. They won't be answers that help you get anywhere, but they'll be answers. Instead, focus on asking bigger questions. Bigger questions put you in an upward spiral instead of a downward spiral. Questions like, what can I learn from this? Or what good could come from this? Are immediately put into that upward spiral. There's a whole list of those questions down below in the description box. Your subconscious mind, after being asked an upward spiral question, will immediately begin cranking out answers, and there's a high likelihood that we're going to get very upward spiral answers. Asking bigger questions is essential if you have a big, hairy, audacious goal that you're looking to accomplish. In the previous video, I talked about the idea of paying your home off. And if you want to pay your mortgage off, then there are specific questions that you would probably ask in order to get there. How might I pay off my home early? And the answers will come back. Things like make extra payments, bi-weekly payments, or refinance your mortgage to a shorter term. However, if the bigger vision is to pay your house off before the end of the year, then the questions also have to get much, much bigger. It might start with asking, how would I pay my house off by the end of the year? Which might lead into, how would I make an extra $100,000 to $200,000 this year? Other things you might search for, questions to ask would be, how is it possible to pay a debt off like a mortgage in record time, months instead of years? All of these bigger questions will generate answers that will get you closer to your bigger goals. Remember, the subconscious mind has two jobs: to preserve the mind and body, and to answer complex questions effectively. It is the most powerful supercomputer ever designed, and most people don't know how to turn theirs on. Start asking yourself bigger questions and see what comes up. Comment down below about the bigger questions you're asking and some of the replies that you're getting to those questions. And while you're there, subscribe to the channel so you too can join my tribe of life architects. Remember, bigger questions. See you on the other side.